Once upon a time, a student was assigned a task by his teacher. He was asked to check if the variable that holds 10, which is x equals 10, is greater than some user input, and to check if the variable y equals 20 is greater than the user input, and if the variable w equals 50 is greater than some user input. He started to code. He has written the variables, then written a variable that holds some user input, and started to code the logic. If x is greater than number input, then print x is greater than comma number input. If y is greater than number input, then print y comma is greater than comma number input. Okay, what if he wanted to compare w with number input? What he will do is to copy that piece of code, to repeat that piece of code. Okay, our indentation. Okay, then erase the y and write w. If w is greater than number input, then print w is greater than number input. He repeated that piece of code. What he did is just changing the variable right here and right here. He went to his teacher and asked him, "Isn't there a better way to code this problem? To write simpler code? Not to repeat pieces of code that much?" And his teacher said, "Yes, there is. It is a structure in Python called functions." Let's run that program and then get to know what are the functions. Control Enter. Okay. I will write 11. Okay. 20 is greater than 11. 50 is greater than 11. As for this, when he comes to this sentence, if x which holds 10 is greater than 11, no, it's not greater than 11, so it will not go inside the if block and execute that print statement, which is 10 is greater than 11. What are functions? Functions is a way to organize your code into paragraphs. It helps you not to repeat yourself and to be simple, not to code in a complex way. It also helps you to make a library that can be used over and over again. Let's remember the built-in functions which we have used before. How we used to call them? We used to call them that way. Function name, then brackets. We put inside the brackets parameters. Or let's say value or variable. Okay. This function as a whole, it returns a value. Sometimes it returns a value that can be printed or used in a different statement, in a different programming statement. Let's remember what we used to use. We used to use the explicit conversion functions. For example, Let's say x equals 3. If we want to convert this x into a string, we say str of 3. Okay, Control Enter. It is 3, but can we use this statement? It returns some value, okay, which is 3 as text. But can we use this value in a different statement? Actually, for now, we are not using it in a different statement. If we want to use it in different statement, we assign it to variable, for example. Okay, y. Let's use this y in a statement, in a print statement. Print y concatenation. Because it is a string, I can concatenate it or append it to another string. Okay, is here, or y is less is a string. Control Enter. 3 is a string without any syntax error. In Python, there are other built-in functions like the input function, the type function, which we have used before, the float function, and so many other. There is other type of function that I can write by myself that serves my own purposes, that solves the student problem that was discussed in the beginning of the video, which called user-defined functions. To solve the student problem that was discussed in the beginning of the video, we need to know what is the syntax of user-defined function. How do we define our own function? What we do is that we write the word def, which is a keyword that is not changed, which means define. Okay, definition. Okay, then space, then function name, whatever name I want, then brackets. Then I pass the input of the function, the variables that I need to use inside the function, separated by comma. I pass the first variable name, then I pass the second variable name, and I can pass more. I can pass variable 3, variable 4, as much variables as I need. Then what I do is that I write whatever statements I need in my logic to solve my problem. Then, if needed, I do write return, which is a reserved word, which is responsible for returning a value on behalf of the function. Okay, return, then some value or variable name. The print statement. It was تلوث. Thank you.